Pray that this isn't true. Please, I'm begging you, pray that this isn't true. That this is reversed and this does not happen again. Because deepfakes are going to become deepfake audios or DFAs in the near future if we don't pray and stop this happening from right now. I'm begging you, just stop the deepfake audios because I had a vision that there was going to be such a thing as deepfake audios. And these audios are going to be what make sound effects of music seem real. Like the drum is going to be a real drum, but it's going to be computerized. Sorry about my nose. I've got allergies. So basically, the drum is going to be real, the flute's going to be real, the violin's going to be real, the guitar's going to be real, and all the instruments are going to be real, including the piano and especially the voice, since the voice is the beginning of it all. I believe by 2024 we're going to have deepfake audios, DFAs, going all about in America and all over the world. And why do I say it's going to be a bad thing? Well, for one thing, copyright infringement is going to be no longer the case. There's no longer going to be copyright infringement because I know of a guy that was like a person not in the law enforcement or anything like that, but he was a security guard and he knows about copyright infringement. And if people do things like deepfakes and audio about deepfakes, there will be no longer copyright infringements. Instead, they're going to have to deal with people that are royalty free, and royalty free is going to be no longer the case because they're going to have synthesizers on the computer that's going to deal with real voices and real. I mean, it's going to be a problem because since people are going to buy their music instead of their music, and then the people that make their music will become their real music, and then they're going to buy out. I mean, the original artist is going to have to buy out the fake artist, which is going to look like them, and then the fake artist is going to have some of the money, and the real artist is going to have some of the money. But I believe it's going to be a lot of the rest of the fake artists, and there's going to be a whole bunch of them. And the real artist is going to get a lot of money, but there's going to be no longer copyright infringement because copyright is going to be long dealt with, and it's going to be no longer there because of these royalty-free musics. They're basically deep fake audios, DFAs. So this DFA is going to be a real hassle of a problem for all the people that are in Hollywood, because DFA is going to be the worst thing that Hollywood is going to have to deal with. Now, I'm not going for Hollywood all the way through, but I'm saying that because DFAs are worse than Hollywood. They're the thieves of Hollywood, and they get the money. And since some of them are going to do it legally to give the artists the money, it's instead a lot of the artists are going to think, well, that's a terrible song, but this is going to be my song anyway. Copyright infringement is no longer going to be the case, like I said, because of that. And royalty-free music is no longer going to be there. Instead, you're going to have to deal with the FBI dealing with things like DFAs, quite literally, which I don't want to see, but, their DFAs are going to basically making music illegally, so just giving the Hollywood person their music that they create for them, which is no longer causing copyright infringement, it's going to be on their part. There's going to be copyright infringement that's dealt with, and instead of copyright infringement, it's going to be ghostwriting infringement instead. There's going to be no longer ghostwriters because no one can trust a ghostwriter, which I don't want to see, because I make songs by myself, and I don't want to do this on their behalf illegally because of DFAs. And because of that, on top of that, creating a song for the person as a ghostwriter illegally, or for the money that the artist can have all by itself for them. And besides, it's simple. And doing it for music, for DFAs, for real instruments, from real everything that's computerized, because a computer can do everything these days. Remember, back in the 80s, the synthesizer was impressive. The synthesizer was a truly awesome thing. It was very hard to do, too. I can tell you by a little bit of experience on Google that synthesizer was just a sound box. And in the 1990s, they had sound boxes that were quite literally like levers and knobs. They're very complex stuff. 2000s, they had sound boxes that were just buttons, and you could make a sound that you wanted to make and repeat the sound by computer. This decade, you had the computer to make the sound box, and you had discs, and you can actually download music on the internet. In the 2020s, we're going to have computers automatically make music for you, for the other artist. That's a problem, because something that was originally hard and made harder is now being made easier by the daily. I don't like this. This is absolutely too much. Because if something is made illegal just for sharing a song to an artist and made legal by copyright infringement, well, we just flip-flopped the law. We just flip-flopped the laws. And honestly, I cannot have this. So everyone that sees this video, pray against that kind of stuff happening. Make sure that deepfakes don't become DFAs. That deepfakes are automatically banned, except for other terms. That they can only be like serious amount of like lawyering up to become a deepfake. Just for comedy purposes, they would have to be like having a lot of loopholes for that kind of stuff. Because if there's such a thing as DFAs, we're gonna have a big problem, and we don't want that. Okay? Let the ghostwriters do their thing, and we'll see what happens in the early 2020s and then later 2020s. Okay? Alright, I'll be done now, okay? Bye.